Up y'all, in this video I'm gonna be showing you exactly how I took my reselling business from $200 a week to $200 a day as a 16-year-old. My name is Brayden. I've been reselling seriously for about 6 months, and it's allowed me to not only quit my 9-to-5 job but also leave school and focus on reselling full-time at 16 and pursue the life that I always wanted to live. So in this video I'm gonna be breaking down my entire journey A to Z on how I started, what my initial problems were, and why I wasn't making money, and they're probably the same problems that you are facing, and then also how I fixed those problems and was able to actually scale my reselling business up to thousands of dollars per month. Now, before I go on with this video and reveal the actual methods to you guys, I highly suggest you stay until the end so you can get all the information, all the knowledge, every single thing you need to actually be successful with reselling. Otherwise, if you skip out on this video or skip certain parts, you're gonna miss a lot of crucial steps that could lead to your next $1,000. So just stay tuned, watch me light this candle, and let's get straight into things. And on a little side note, Target got the best candles, bro. This is absolutely gas. It's Ashwood and Palo Santo. All right, bro, enough yapping. Let's go. Now, the first thing that I want to go over with you guys, and the most important thing to understand, is how I actually started reselling. My journey was similar to a lot of you guys. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of experience, but I was dedicated and I actually wanted to make money. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I've had a rocky journey with reselling. I've started, I've stopped, I've been scammed, this, that, and the other thing. I've had so many experiences. However, when I actually started reselling seriously, it was about 6 months ago, and I only had $160 to my name. But with that being said, I took all of those $160 and purchased 4 colognes off of my US vendor. I remember I got some Creed Aventus, I got some Baccarat, I think I got like some Dior Sauvage as well. And these colognes were actually doing super well. They were my first winning product. At the time, I thought I was making a lot of money. I was getting about 2 sales a week, which is about $200, $300 a week, but I was also still working my 9-to-5 job. Once I sold all those colognes, I just used that money, put it back into more product, obviously, like what you should be doing as a reseller. But even though I had more product, I wasn't getting more consistent sales because I didn't actually know how to grow my business in accordance with growing my product. You see, everything in business and everything, especially in reselling, is about having a balance. If you have more products, you need to get more views to sell those products. If you're charging super cheap and have low profit margins, you need to get more products so you can make more profit even with a lower percentage. Everything is about equations, and later in this video, I'm going to give you an equation to know how much you're actually making and how to grow your income. So just stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I was still working my 9-to-5 job, still making around $200-300 per week until I got fired. Now, it's actually a crazy story how I got fired, and I know you guys probably don't care, but moral of the story, I was basically sick for like 2 weeks. I had pneumonia, I was fucking dying, and they did not have medical leave, so I got fired for absences, whatever you want to call it. If you ever worked a job, you know most companies have a point system, and if you get too many points, you get fired. That's exactly what happened to me. Now, at the same time, bro, my girlfriend had just broken up with me. I got fired from my job, bro. Life was kicking my ass, and I decided, bro, I'm like, all right, I gotta lock in with this reselling stuff, because if I don't, I'm fucked. I'm not working another job again. I'm not doing this, doing that. I went to about 10 different job interviews, and I was just like, fuck this, bro. I need to lock in. And this realization of me having to lock in was the first thing that actually started to help me scale my business. I genuinely believe that if you want to grow, if you want to scale, the only way you actually are going to have that happen if it is literally your only option. I think growing a business is boring. I don't think it's fun. I like reselling, like it's cool, but I'd much rather be hanging out with my friends on the game. Like I genuinely would, but I like the money and I like the freedom. And I also had no other choice but to make this work because I was not working in 9-to-5 again. With that being said, I sat my ass down and I figured out, okay, why am I not making money? How do I make more? And this is exactly what I came up with and the plan I used to actually grow my business, and the same thing you can do for yourself. The first thing I had to realize is, why was I making so little? Well, the reason why I was making so little was for a couple reasons. Reason number one, I did not have a huge amount of product. I would get 1 pair of AirPod Maxes at a time, 2 pairs of colognes, a spider hoodie, whatever it might be. My inventory would look like this all the time. Now, I'm really low on inventory. I'm restocking very soon. That's why it looks like this. This was literally my bulk order. That's reason number one why I wasn't making a lot of money. Reason number two is that I was only selling on marketplace ads. I was selling on places like Facebook, eBay, Depop, etc., which is fine, but it's not going to actually help you make a lot of money. See, the problem with marketplaces is that you are capped at a certain amount of viewers. Your post might reach 1,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever it might be. But with the method I'm going to show you later in this video, you can literally reach billions of people and make infinite amounts of money. Before we get into that, I want to tell you what I realized. I realized that the reason why I wasn't making a lot of money was a combination of traffic, inventory, and credibility. Meaning, do people actually trust me and want to buy from me? So I asked myself, How do I get more views? How do I build trust? How do I get people that genuinely like me and want to shop? And that is when I discovered social media. Now, I know I'm not big on social media right now. I have like 500 subscribers on YouTube. I have 1,000 on TikTok. I don't have that much, but you would be surprised how much money 1,000 followers can bring you, especially if you know how to actually build a brand for yourself. What I did is I started reselling. I started posting on social media about the quality of my products. I started showing them that, my products are available, that I'm a local seller. And I also started shipping my products out online to people as well. At the time, I wouldn't really call myself a supplier. I was more so just reselling products to people on social media, shipping them out. I was just doing my thing, right? But me being able to use social media and get infinite amounts of views, reach billions of people all over the world, be able to build trust with people by getting vouchers, building authority by giving value to people, also building a brand where people genuinely fuck with me. At least I think people fuck with me. I think I'm a cool person. That is what helped me actually scale my business to multiple hundreds of dollars per day. Now, in order to make money with reselling, or really any business in general, it is a very, very easy equation. Views or traffic, whatever you want to call it, how many people see your product or your brand, whatever it might be, multiplied it by how much people trust you, how many vouchers do you have, do you give value to people, do they believe what you're saying, times your brand. Do people fuck with you? Do they like your products? Do they like the way you present yourself? Do they genuinely like you? So do they know, like, and trust you? And the beauty about this is that even if you're a boring person, if you don't have a lot of personality, you can still make money with reselling if you get a lot of views and if you have a lot of authority. If you don't get a lot of views, but you have amazing authority and a good brand, that's where I feel like I'm at now. You can still make a lot of sales because people that are watching you actually trust you and are more likely to convert. So you're probably asking yourself, Braden, well, you're telling me all this shit, but how do I actually do it for myself? You've given me no credible steps, no credible information. Well, here's exactly what to do. I was starting from complete zero and I wanted to build my reselling business to hundreds of dollars per day. Here's exactly how I would plan my social media account and my social media presence in order to do that. Number one, you obviously need to figure out the people that you want to target. The best way to do this is to basically just target yourself when you just started out. What I mean by this is that I speak to people who are teenagers wanting to make money. I speak to people who are around, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, who want to make money with reselling, because that's exactly where I was. I know the situation, I know the problems, and I can speak to those problems so I can actually help them and give them valuable advice. Now, once you figure out who you actually want to target, you need to assess where you are in your journey. If you are not making a lot of money, you do not have the right to give people valuable advice because nothing you say is valuable. If that's the case, you need to be posting things like quality checks, unboxing videos, days in the life, things to build up your brand, get people to like you, and also just people to fuck with your product. Now, if you are making money off of marketplaces, you're selling to your friends, you're selling locally, whatever it might be, then yeah, of course you can give value, but don't fake something when you don't know what you're talking about. That is the number one mistake people make. If you do not know what you are saying, don't say it. You're much better off taking a different approach that is still going to get you buyers, and you can actually build up to being an authority in your space once that time comes for you. Now, when it comes to actually building a brand, there are a couple things that you need to consider. Number one, bro, all of your videos need to have kind of the same look, the same feel. Every time somebody goes on your page, they can just scroll and watch your videos and they know exactly who you are. The background, the lighting, the way you speak, the way you present yourself. You want to talk in the same code or the same kind of language that you talking to your friends, that you're talking to other people. You don't want to put on a persona for social media. The way that I'm talking to you right now is exactly how I talk to my friends. You see how I'm not super proper? I'm not, in order to scale to 100K a month, you need to extravagant your business. Like, I don't talk like that, right? Like, this is how I talk, and people can either choose to fuck with me or not fuck with me. I really don't care, because I know the people that do fuck with me are going to see me for who I am and they're going to buy from me. Also, you need to have a why, not only behind every single post, but also behind why you're actually doing this business in general. My why is because I do not want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I do not want to be told what to do, how to do it for the rest of my life. And I also want to help people achieve that same goal too, because I know a lot of people don't want to fucking work a job either. So I'm not only helping myself, I'm helping you, and that is the reason why I do this. You need to find your why and your reasoning, and you need to be so convicted into that why that people can see it through the way that you speak, the way that you present yourself, and it's very, very clear that you are actually passionate about what you're doing. If you're just making videos and people can tell you're not passionate about it, that you don't really give a fuck, they're not going to like you. People care about people who care about the same things they care about. So be that person who's passionate, be that person who shows that they actually give a fuck, and and people will give a fuck about you. And once you're posting videos, you're going on social media, you're posting at least once a day, you should be building up some followers, you should be getting some DMs, people asking you, how do I get your products? How do I get this, that, and the other thing? So here's exactly how to convert them. In my experience, it is not that smart to use a website for products. Websites are great for vendor links, but if you want to sell product to somebody, what I would recommend is doing it in the DMs, especially if you're a beginner. The reason why I recommend actually selling to people into DMs rather than trying to sell them on a website is because you can actually get a personable experience with them. You can figure out what products are going to be best for their situation. So if they hit you up and they're trying to resell, what are the best products to start them with? If they don't know what size they're, if they don't know what design is the best, help them out. You can give them advice in real time, and you can also build a personable connection with them that is more likely going to make them to shop with you again and again and again, because once again, they know, like, and trust you. Never reach out to people, never beg for people to buy your products. I'll never do that. But if somebody wants it, it's always going to be there for them. That's the mindset that I carry, the mindset that you should carry, and make yourself attractive to other people. Don't go clinging to other people hoping that you buy your products, because that just makes you look desperate and needy, and it's not a good look. But that is exactly how I would start and build my reselling business, from a couple $100 a week, maybe even $0, all the way up to hundreds of dollars every single day, and building a real business that you can be proud of and continue to grow. Now, this is not the end for me, bro. I don't care about $100 days. Yeah, it's a little bit of money. I'm giving you advice on how to make a little bit of money, but I'm not stopping. I'm gonna hit days where I make thousands of dollars. I'm gonna make days where I can make your entire fucking salary in a day. That's just how it's gonna be, and I'm gonna work up to that point, and I document my entire journey for you guys to see in real time. You can see the realistic journey of what it's like to be a reseller, what it's like to be a young entrepreneur, and how fast you should expect to grow, and what tips I would give you guys along the way. Now, if you guys want to get into reselling, or if you need any one-on-one products, vendors, etc., whatever it might be, you can either go to the link in my bio, visit bksupply.store, and I have all my vendors on there that I've personally used for over a year, or you can just DM me on Instagram at bk.supply. Both links will be in the description below. I can give you some advice on how to resell your listings, whatever it might be, and even set you up some good products if you don't know what you want to sell, or you just need a good, trusted US based vendor. That being said, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Hope you got a lot of value into it, because I've recorded this for almost 17 minutes and I've put everything on the line just for you guys, hoping that y'all actually take my advice and make more money. So if you do, you fuck with the videos, I would really appreciate it if y'all drop a subscribe, like, comment, show some support to the channel. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I am out.